Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You can sit down now. Welcome to the 2017 Hamilton High Commencement. I am Ollie Snyder, class president. Okay. First of all, thank you to the family and friends of the class of 2017 for coming here today and sharing such a special and long-awaited day with us. Also, thank you to all the teachers, counselors, administrators, and board members who helped get us all here. For a long time, I struggled to think of what I would talk about today. I tried to come up with the right words to define our class when I finally realized one trait we all have in common, our passion. Whether it was being part of a club, volunteering, educating ourselves on social issues, playing on a team, or simply cheering on our teams from the sidelines, each and every one of us has something that connects us to Hamilton High. These things we care about so much make saying goodbye all the more difficult. I'm going to share a few of my own experiences within the Hamilton City School District that have helped develop my passions as well as influence my career goals. My 7th grade English class participated in a mock trial over the novel The Outsiders. Throughout this process, I realized I had a love for law. Then junior year, I was involved in Civic Day, which is a program that allows government students at both Hamilton High and Baden to shadow a city government official for a day. This experience was the deciding factor in what I want to study after high school. I realized I had a passion for the government process, how policies get passed, and the positive impact that an involved and dedicated government has in making the community a better place. Another passion of mine is one that kind of snuck up on me. I've always said I'm not a science person and never will be, but now, thanks to the impact of just one class, I also plan on studying environmental science in college. Climate change is real, and through my environmental science class, I have learned that I have a passion for making the effort to combat it. Because of my passion for both government and protecting the environment, I'm going to study public affairs and environmental science so I can learn how to make sensible policies to protect our planet. Had I not had the experiences that Hamilton High was able to offer me, I may never have found these passions. Hamilton High has also given me a strong community of female empowerment. Whether it is being a class full of like-minded young women or having super cool boss lady teachers, Ms. Gill and Ms. Blevins are the two that first come to mind, I have always been given examples of what a strong woman is. As a young woman about to go into the real world, I must have the sense of self to know that being a girl does not make me weaker, even though there are some that may think that way. When others make me doubt the strength of women, I do not have to look far down any hallway at the high school to find an example of why they are wrong. And now, I see the full female top 20, and I have complete faith in the abilities of these young women and all women. The class of 2017 has a variety of strong beliefs, which gives us the potential to do great things in the future. President Obama once said, "Change will not come if we wait for some other person or some other time. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the change that we seek." We are the ones we've been waiting for. We have individuals on both ends of the political spectrum and all points in between, and no one is afraid to share their ideas just because they are vastly different from those of someone else. Sharing an environment with a diverse set of minds and ideas does not hold us back. It makes us stronger, more driven, and more open-minded. These passions are what brought us here today, and those same passions will continue to burn within us as we push forward into the future. I hope none of us loses this fire, and I especially hope we never forget how Big Blue helped spark that fire. Thanks. Now I'd like to turn it over to our principal, Mr. Wilhelm.
Good evening. As principal of Hamilton High School, it gives me great pleasure to introduce the administrative staff and distinguished guests. Please hold your applause until all are introduced. In the first row, from left to right, Mrs. Patty Gibbons, Assistant Principal. Mrs. Jana Lewis, Assistant Principal. Erica Stabel, Valedictorian. Molly Snyder, Senior Class President. Deanna McPeak, Valedictorian. Chloe Cummins, Salutatorian. Mr. Tony Orr, Superintendent of Schools. Mr. Matt Shermer, Assistant Principal. Ms. Jessie Weisbrod, Assistant Principal. In the second row, from left to right, Mr. Gene Hutzelman, Assistant Principal. Mr. Tyler Ballou, Assistant Athletic Director. Mr. Todd Grimm, Athletic Director. Mr. Brandon Stanfill, Garfield Middle School Principal. Mr. Jeff Miller, Principal, Hamilton Freshman School. Mr. Jonathan Zeri, Principal, Wilson Middle School. Mr. Tom Alf, Board Member. Mr. Steve Isgro, Hamilton Board of Education President. Mr. Scott Kruger, Board Member. Dr. Glenn Stitzinger, Board Member. And Mr. Rob Weigel, Board Member. Graduates, faculty, staff, distinguished guests, parents, grandparents, friends, and relatives of the graduates. Tonight, we gather at Millett Hall in Oxford, Ohio to honor the 2017 graduates of Hamilton High School. Tonight, we celebrate the culmination of their educational careers within the Hamilton City School District. To the parents, I personally want to thank you for all that you have done to support the education of your child and the trust you instill with us each and every day. It is not a charge that we take lightly. Raising a child can be both gratifying and daunting at times. A parent's work is never truly done, and I am thankful for your support of our students. We are all indebted to you. To the faculty, I want to thank you for your tireless efforts, for creating engaging lesson plans and increasing rigor in the classroom and pushing students to excel academically. You do it all. But I also know you support our students emotionally and socially with care and compassion that any parent would appreciate, that I appreciate. There is not a day that goes by that I don't hear a compliment about the dedicated professionals who teach at Hamilton High School. To the staff at Hamilton High School, I am thankful to work with you. Every day, 1,800 students walk through the doors of Big Blue into a beautiful building with the appropriate supports so that each student can learn. This includes custodians, secretaries and clerical staff, paraprofessionals, food service, and educational assistants. Thank you for all that you do. And to the graduates of 2017, I say congratulations and thank you for sharing your extraordinary talents with us these past 4 years. Every day, I am impressed with our students for so many different reasons, but I'm mostly impressed with their inclusive and engaging nature. American musician Wynton Marsalis says, "It is harder to build than destroy. To build is to engage and change." I have seen this hold true with the class of 2017, whether in the form of constructive dialogue, community projects, student petitions and movements, or student work. This class and these students are engaged in building our school and community to be inclusive, fair, welcoming, and thoughtful. I am reminded of this through fidelity to district and state academic initiatives, which at times can be very challenging. The Amazing Grace project that our carpentry class completed, the Dramas Club's performance of subtext. I'm reminded of this through the brotherhood and sisterhood I see on our athletic fields and courts, through the work of students in AP classes and College Credit Plus classes. But also I'm reminded of this through the support from their peers that special education students receive at Big Blue. I am reminded of this through clubs like the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, the Anime Club, and the Gay Straight Alliance, through community service of organizations like ASTRA, NJROTC, and NHS. And just as the city of Hamilton is undergoing change and rejuvenation, so is our building and our district. Frequently, I have had the opportunity to speak with individual students who, when confronted with injustice or unfairness, came to me personally to discuss and advocate for change. We have many individuals in the Hamilton High School class of 2017 who make up this class, and a generation of students who are just and equitable. It is this sense of decency and respect which I truly appreciate. But students, your work is not done. As you leave the halls of Hamilton High School, and the guidance of teachers, counselors, administrators, and many other adults, I want you to be conscious of the decisions you make, not only academically or professionally, but socially as well, and whether those decisions and those choices build and engage or destroy and alienate. You see, it's easy to be a cynic, and sometimes that can be good. But if you have no substance behind it, it can be wasteful and destructive. The educational opportunities you have taken advantage of at Hamilton High School have prepared you for college, career, and life. But more importantly, you have been prepared to build, engage, and create. Now it is your time to do just that. Again, congratulations to the class of 2017 on your accomplishments thus far. Thank you for how you represent your family, for how you represent our family, our building, our district, and our community. Good luck to you in all your future endeavors. Thank you. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce to you the head custodian of the Hamilton City School District, Superintendent Mr. Tony Orr.
Today I begin with a sincere thank you to everyone here celebrating the accomplishments of our class of 2017. Parents, families, friends, teachers and staff, administrators, and the Board of Education. And to the class of 2017, your journey at Big Blue is complete, but your life journey is just beginning. But before I continue, I need to apologize to the senior who walked by me at Hamilton High School earlier in the year and said, "Hey, Orr, what's up about our snow days?" I'll try to make it up to the class of 2018 and give them the ones you missed. For almost 10 years, I have delivered a commencement message. Everyone always has advice for me. Principal Wilhelm, he asked me to limit my speech to only 3 quotes. Recently, Senior Abby Findley offered her advice. She suggested I give a fleek speech. I had to look the word up, admittedly. After all, I do need to stay hip and cool. Fleek apparently means flawless. Not sure that this will be flawless, but I'll give it my best shot. Lately, I've been more and more reflective about these messages I deliver. Maybe turning half a century old makes one that way. I considered sharing with you that the world is your oyster based upon a quote from Shakespeare's Merry Wives of Windsor. In any given oyster, there is a chance but no guarantee that there's a pearl waiting inside for you. This metaphor for life means that in your life, you have the possibility of making a fortune, but, graduates, it depends upon how hard one looks for it and how hard you're going to work at it. You're going to have to work hard and try hard at many things. No one will give you anything in this life. You're going to have to pry many oysters open before finding one's fortune. But then I got to thinking, what does a fortune mean? Is it money? Is it a fancy car, clothes, big house? Those things can be awesome. However, I'm not convinced that that is where a fortune lies. I believe true riches are found in just finding happiness. That's it. John Lennon writes, "When I was 5 years old, my mother always told me that happiness was the key to life. So when I went to school, they asked me what I wanted to be when I grew up, and I wrote down happy. They told me I didn't understand the assignment, and I later told them they didn't understand life." Happiness and the path to it will mean something different for each one of you. Is it career? Is it college? Is it the military? I believe through our efforts we find and make our own happiness, but it takes action on our parts. In church sermons, our sermons always seem to end with action steps, basically guiding us on how to live our lives. So here are your action steps that I would like to share with you today. It's up to you to live them or not. First, believe in something bigger than yourself. Yes, today is about you, but it is more. It's about your family, your friends, your hopes, your dreams, and the future. You will find happiness is made possible by serving a greater cause, greater than yourself. Maybe it's by helping others, or maybe it's some other cause. Secondly, don't be afraid of making mistakes. UCLA coach John Wooden says, if you're not making mistakes, then you're not doing anything. He says that I'm positive that a doer makes mistakes. And you're going to stumble and fall, just like I've done as your superintendent, but it's important that you get back up and try again. Finally, surround yourself with people who you love and whom love you in return. I call these the ties that bind. This phrase is rooted in an old hymn by John Fawcett. Blessed be the ties that bind. Essentially, we care for and about each other, just as a family does. And the ties that you formed cannot be severed, cut, or broken, even when we're apart. Families make us stronger during the good times and the bad. And you are a part of a bigger family. After today and forever, you are a part of the Big Blue family. And that means something. So class of 2017, find your happiness. Believe in something bigger than yourselves. Make mistakes and get back up. And never forget the ties that bind you to your family and your family at Big Blue. May God bless you. Now, it's my pleasure, and it's much more pleasurable to hear from students than myself, it's my pleasure to introduce to you our co-valedictorians and our salutatorian. First, we'll begin with valedictorian Deanna McPeak. Deanna is the daughter of Don and Anna McPeak. She has earned a weighted GPA of 5.0. I know. And gold honor roll for all 4 years of high school. Deanna founded the high school's Gay Straight Alliance, is the vice president of Hamilton High School's National Honor Society chapter, has spoken at Hamilton Rotary meetings, is a member of ASTRA, and has more than 80 hours of volunteer service. She was also a tri-captain this year for the varsity tennis team. Furthermore, she is a member of the academic quiz team, student council, and has performed in drama productions such as The Family Man and Subtext. Deanna plans to attend Wright State University in the fall with a major in biochemistry and molecular biology. I present to you co-valedictorian Deanna McPeak.
So hi, I'm Deanna McPeak. First of all, I would like to congratulate every single one of you on this amazing accomplishment. At times, probably every one of us looked at the finish line and it seemed too far away. Now, out of the blue, good, yeah, great, thanks. We are crossing it. We all have our own stories of high school. We have all learned important lessons, whether we want to admit them or not. I have had the opportunity to not only be a part of the athletics at Big Blue, but the fine arts department, as well as extracurriculars from ASTRA to National Honor Society, to even starting the first Gay Straight Alliance at Hamilton High School. So to say that I'm well-versed with the Hamilton High School might be an understatement. However, through this experience, I've created so many meaningful relationships with people who have brought such a sense of purpose into my life. So this is a quick shout out to all my friends and family who have dealt with my insanity and excessive nature. Thank you. Okay, yeah, sure. Furthermore, I would like to thank the teachers at Big Blue who have managed to subconsciously give us the knowledge and shortcuts of life that we will use well into our adulthood. Our entire life thus far has led us to this exact moment where our names are called and we walk along the stage to get a measly little diploma that states, "Congrats, you made it past high school. Now we're going to throw you into the real world hoping you figure something out." But before we all start this dark and perilous journey into the unknown, I want to go back to sophomore year when my chemistry teacher told me 6 things that I think might help you as much as it helped me. 1, go somewhere. This world is larger than even imaginable, and in each nook there are different types of people who have unique perspectives on life. There's so much out there to explore. I mean, I bet you didn't know that there's a town in Florida that celebrates Christmas all year round, or that there's a beach in California that the entire beach is of glass instead of sand, or that in New Zealand there's a cave of bioluminescent organisms that creates like a pathway of light at night. The world is confusing and strange, but it is so beautiful. So embrace the beauty that it offers and allow yourself to explore. 2, read anything. Read what people will tell you will change your life, and read the books that people tell you are absolute junk. Books can help us understand the world around us, to confront our issues, or even find comfort in the issues that the characters face. Can't go to Barcelona? Okay, read a book with a setting in Barcelona. Books can give you a new perspective on a wide variety of topics. I mean, not to mention it stimulates your brain, reduces stress, improves memory, and expands vocabulary, but that's beside the point. 3, be a sponge. The reality of the situation is simple. We are constantly being bombarded by millions of stimuli. Shout out to LeSoar, wherever you are, for teaching me that this year. And I'm not saying to try to comprehend and analyze each piece of stimuli, because that is genuinely impossible. However, what I am saying is be observant. The world, and furthermore the people that inhabit this world, are riveting. I mean, there's so many different kinds of people just within this room. Don't let the prejudice that you hold against people stop you from understanding them or even stop you from talking to them. Listen to their stories and embrace everything that they have to offer. 4, be scared. We are all starting new chapters in our life, whether they be the armed forces, college, a career, or whatever else you guys are doing. We are entering a world that has been almost foreign to us. I don't know about you, but the only things I can properly cook is scrambled eggs and Jell-O. And I'm not particularly sure I can live off that for the rest of my life. I once heard a quote that said, "What we know doesn't scare us, it is what we do not know that is scary." And I think that sums it up perfectly. 5, question everything. Being able to question the world in which we live in shows a higher understanding of yourself and the world around you. It allows you to evolve as a person and exercise and stimulate your mind. Don't be afraid of confusion or ridicule, and don't let it keep you from expanding your inquisitive intellect. Some random hippie website I came across once said, "Being wrong, understanding why, and being okay with it are important characteristics that every human should learn to be at peace with." You may find yourself questioning topics that end up having very obvious answers, but it's far more important to question, be wrong and/or embarrassed, and then learn from it, than it is to pretend you know it all and go throughout life arrogant and misinformed. Personal arrogance and closed-mindedness has led way to some of the most laughable decisions in recent history. From Decca Records rejecting the Beatles in 1962, claiming guitar groups are on their way out, to IBM palming off Steve Jobs as a mere college student when being approached with designs for the first personal computer. Regardless of how smug you are about your own intelligence or accomplishments, there are always handfuls of individuals that will pick up on what you've missed, regardless of their apparent lack of seniority or IQ. No matter how right you think you are, it's important to question the opinions and theories of those that influence your own opinions. 6, listen with the ear of your heart. Take a look around you right now. Let the moment sink in and understand the true meaning of it all. Where we stand right now is the recognition that we made it through a difficult 13 years of rigor and challenges. We're graduating. From here on out, our future is at our fingertips. We have the power, the resources, and now the knowledge to be able to pursue a life that we will be proud of. We can mold our lives into something beautiful because every masterpiece has been created by someone just like you. Their passion overflowed into something so beautiful and so pure, and now it's our turn. So I urge you, listen to the ear of your heart, don't allow yourself to get caught up in what the world is trying to convey as the truth, and don't allow yourself to get into a profession that you aren't joyful with. Find your truth, and please do not settle for mediocrity. And there's one more thing that I ask of you. Be nicer to people from this moment forward. Now, I'm not saying all of you were mean in high school. However, the world is already a difficult place to navigate without putting your roadblocks up or forcing others to put theirs up too. Everyone has their own life to live, and sometimes you have to let people take their own path. Do not be obsessed with being the best, at least not in comparison to everyone else. Your accomplishments have meaning if you give them meaning. You will walk throughout this life with no set direction, and you have to be able to define your own worth with yourself as the foundation. And finally, get lost and don't find yourself. Once you decide you have found yourself, you will be plagued with a mundane life that will be vacant of the journey into the inner workings of your complex being. So I end with this statement, class of 2017. Get lost. Thank you.
Our next co-valedictorian is Erica Staubel. Erica is the daughter of Steve and Mary Staubel. She has earned a weighted GPA of 5.0. She too has had the gold honor roll for all 4 years of high school. She has been on the varsity soccer team at Hamilton High School for 4 years and captain for 3 of those years. She is president of Hamilton High School's National Honor Society, a member of ASTRA, Fellowship of Christian Athletes, YES program, has spoken at Hamilton Rotary meetings, and has accumulated over 300 hours of volunteer service, mostly at Fort Hamilton Hospital. Erica is also a member of Cincinnati Sirens and the Fairfield Optimist soccer clubs. Erica plans to attend and play soccer for Ohio Dominican University in the fall with a major in pre-medicine. I present to you co-valedictorian Erica Staubel.
Well, guys, I'm Erica. Many graduation speakers like to begin by terrifying their audience, saying that their lives are just beginning, as if nothing has mattered so far. But I'm not going to do that, because this isn't the beginning of our life. Our life started 17, 18 years ago, and some of the most important milestones happened during these last 4 years. For me, high school has been pivotal. I have met many teachers and students who have permanently formed a special place in my heart. My teachers have taught me to not second-guess myself, to have confidence, and to manage my time, which, I'll be honest, that's probably still a work in progress. My parents constantly encourage me and have taught me to be persistent and determined, even when I feel rushed and overwhelmed. My friends have been the support system that gets me through the good days and the bad days. And my Lord and Savior has given me the presence of mind to tackle this wonderful thing called life. I have been encouraged daily by the verse Philippians 4:13, which says, "I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me." Thanks. Over these last 4 years, I have learned so much from those around me, and now I'm going to pass that advice on to you. To my fellow classmates, I would first like to implore each of you to look behind you. Look behind at all the people of your past, all the situations, experiences, and memories that have formed who you are. We often never know the value of a moment until we look back to see how it affected the present. There's a saying which tells us to never blame anyone in our life because, after all, it is our life to live and to learn from. It says, "The good people and things we have found give us our happiness. The bad give us our experience. The worst teach us lessons, and the best give us our cherished memories. They give us knowledge and growth in certain aspects of our life, but they do not define us. They have helped to shape who we are and who we will become. They help us to become better people." Brian Herbert said, "The capacity to learn is a gift, the ability to learn is a skill, but the willingness to learn is a choice. Be willing to learn from your past." And now, I will ask you to look ahead. Look at the limitless possibilities of our future and dream big. Edward Everett Hale said, "I am only one, but I am one. I cannot do everything, but I can do something, and I will not let what I cannot do interfere with what I can do." Our class is full of possibility, bright futures, and unique talents, and there is no reason we should limit ourselves. Be the doctor to cure cancer, the best mom or dad, the next president of the United States, the best manager or Navy commander, the person who changes one person's life. You don't have to do it all, you just have to do something that excites you and something that you love doing. And now look around us. Look at all the faces that have supported us. Look at all those who believe in us. The ones who have encouraged and pushed us to grow through our mistakes. Look to your left and right at the friends who have taken this 4-year journey with you. The friends you have stayed up with finishing projects or watching movies with. The people who have formed a special place in your heart. Think about the long hours spent by your sides and the shoulders they've given you to cry on. I heard a quote once about love that says that we cannot simply abandon ship every time we find a storm, but real love is about weathering the storm out together. Looking at the faces of our truest friends, our loved ones, and the teachers here at Hamilton High, I want to thank all of you for weathering the storms of high school with me. And now, last but not least, I ask you to look within yourselves. Life isn't a competition with others to measure yourself against another. The award or label of best is nothing but an opinion someone decides for us. We are all unique, and you cannot measure an individual against another. Whether it is Alvin and Kelvin's exuberance and positivity, the gentle grace and kindness of Megan Mills, the art abilities of Caroline Herzog, the uninhibited heart for others of Taryn Lauer, the speed of Vince Sanford, or the public speaking abilities of Deanna McPeak. Everyone here has a talent that they excel in. It is whatever we have in ourselves that makes us unique and accomplished in our own life. Whether in the future we serve in the military or continue our education in college or we just make our own way, we need to look within ourselves and ask how we can improve as individuals and use those gifts to impact the life of another to create positive steps in the world in which we live. The creator of Winnie the Pooh once said, "Promise me you'll always remember. You're braver than you believe and stronger than you seem and smarter than you think." If we all work to not be the best, but to be personally better with each day and each year, how can we not make a positive change in this world? How can we not succeed in our lives? This is what I want for all of you. This is my wish for the class of 2017. Thank you.
And finally, I am honored to present to you the class of 2017, our salutatorian, Chloe Cummins. Chloe is the daughter of Trudy and Dan Bagley. She has earned a weighted GPA of 4.892. She, too, has been on the Gold Honor Roll all 4 years of high school. Chloe has been a member of Hamilton High School's swim team, and for 4 years she's been a member of that, and a member of National Honor Society. She has participated in Civic Day and accumulated over 70 hours of community service volunteering at Camp Campbellgard. Chloe plans to attend the University of Cincinnati in the fall with a major in biochemistry. It is my pleasure to introduce the 2017 salutatorian, Chloe Cummins.
Hello. Okay. I want to be honest with you guys. High school was not the best for me. I remember being told when I was 14 years old that high school was going to be the best 4 years of my life. But that was not particularly true. It was the hardest years that I have ever had to deal with. Whether it was sleepless nights or the heightened stress, it was not as great of a time as everyone had said it would be. However, while sometimes it felt like it would never be worth it, when I look back at all the things that I had managed to accomplish, it was worth it. But I do have one thing to say: do not allow high school to be the best years of your life. Life is going to be more stressful than high school ever was, and that is something that we all should understand. However, it will be much more satisfying when we start our first career or head to boot camp or walk into our first university class. While many moments throughout high school brought stress, anxiety, and tension, we learned, haven't we? We have grown closer together and learned how to support one another. We have learned how to prioritize the things that matter, even when it's difficult. We have learned how to empathize with one another and work together. We have learned that educators who spent every day of the past 4 years with are more invested in us than we have ever realized. We have learned that hard work pays off because today has come. 4 years ago, we wouldn't have been ready to enter the workforce. 4 years ago, we wouldn't have been ready to enter reputable colleges prepared with everything we need to succeed. 4 years ago, we didn't have each other. Today, I know that every single one of us that walks across the stage will be ready to take a stance in the world and begin making the most incredible difference. Now I would like to take a moment on behalf of myself and my fellow graduates to thank the people who have brought us here. There are many I want to take the time to thank, but we all know that everyone is trying to get out of here as quickly as possible. The first teacher I want to talk about is Mr. Shermer. I had him my freshman year for world history, and then he decided to follow all of us to the high school because he enjoyed our class that much. We have quite a lot of memories together, and most of them were making fun of me. On bad days, Mr. Shermer will always cheer me up by making fun of me. I don't really know how that worked, but I'm not going to question it now. He would always make a bad day better, and I'm going to miss that. The second teacher I want to talk about is Miss Lesor. She is such an inspiration to me and reminds me a lot of my mom. I promise I'm not calling Miss Lesor old. Miss Lesor is currently getting her PhD, which is freaking amazing, and she continues to teach, coach, and play sports herself. My favorite memories of her are from our morning bonding time. I would get to school right at 7:30, and we would both sit in her room in complete darkness trying to finish whatever we procrastinated on. Mrs. Bridge is the final person I want to talk about today. Sophomore year, a lot of crap went down. I struggled a lot with my stress and time management. Let me remind all of you that I was that crazy sophomore that doubled up in honor sciences and took AP US history. She was my rock throughout sophomore year. I know that sounds really cheesy. We had monthly checkups to see how I was doing, and those continued throughout the rest of my time at the high school. She would make sure everything was still going well. Little does Mrs. Bridge know she will probably receive many emails from me freaking out or just wanting to chat. Sorry in advance for the emails, but not really. All these memories may seem like the best memories ever, but don't sell yourself short. Don't think that these memories are the last. Make new memories wherever you go and cherish every single one of them. As we enter our high school careers, don't dwell on the past, make your future great. Take what you have learned from these past 17 or 18 years with you to succeed in whatever the future brings you. I wish all you guys the best of luck. Thank you.
Thank you to our co-valedictorians and salutatorians. These young ladies up here are direct reflections of the instruction they receive on a daily basis and the support they receive from the employees of the Hamilton City School District. At this time, I would like to ask that all Hamilton City School District employees please stand and be recognized for your hard work and dedication. Thank you so much. I'd also like to take the time to draw your attention to the white roses on the piano, which represents all of those who are not able to be with us in attendance this evening. And now, our Hamilton High Symphonic Band under the direction of Mr. Paul Dixon. Thank you, Paul. And now, Mrs. Lewis will acknowledge the honors and awards.
Good evening. As of the 1st of May, members of the Hamilton High School class of 2017 have received scholarships and financial aid totaling close to, this is a huge number, $11.5 million. Because of the generosity of those people who contributed to university alumni foundations, our local Hamilton Community Foundation, Hamilton Service Clubs, professional organizations, and industrial firms, many of our seniors will be able to continue their education. The students who have received these awards have demonstrated excellence in the field of academics, athletics, service to their school and to their community, or the discipline of fine arts. Many of these seniors have achieved in 2 or more of these areas. Our congratulations go out to you who have won these scholarships and awards, and to all of the parents and teachers who have been a part of them. Think of this recognition not as the end of an effort, but rather as one milestone on a long path, and know that you have made an excellent beginning. Students, if you are a recipient of an academic, college, or athletic scholarship or grant, award of distinction, vocational and academic, or delayed entry in the armed services, please at this time stand and be recognized. Thank you. You may be seated. Several years ago, the Hamilton High School staff established a scholarship to honor our outstanding graduating senior. Each year, through contributions from the staff, a scholarship is given to a senior who displays not only a solid academic effort, but also very strong character. This year, we have 3 students. On behalf of the Hamilton High School faculty and staff, I am proud to announce the winners of this year's Hamilton High School Staff Scholarship. If you would please stand. Daniela Pena, Danny Ivers, and Madeline Pitcher. Thank you. And now our concert chorale under the direction of Christina Fox, accompanied by our American Sign Language students under the direction of Heather Hudak.
Minutes, 525,000 moments so dear, 525,600 minutes. How do you measure a year? In daylights, in sunsets, in midnights, in cups of coffee, in inches, in miles, in laughter and strife, in 525,600 minutes. How do you measure a year in the life? How about love? How about love? How about love? Measuring love. Seasons of love.
Thank you, students. Mrs. Fox, Mrs. Hudak. All right, now the time you've been waiting for. Will the class of 2017 please rise? Board President Mr. Isgrove, Superintendent Mr. Orr, and members of the Board of Education, I declare the candidates standing before you have met all requirements set forth by the State of Ohio and by the Hamilton City School District and are therefore eligible to receive their diplomas.
Thank you, Mr. Wilhelm. At this time, on behalf of the Hamilton Board of Education, I want to congratulate you on all your accomplishments and wish you the best in your future endeavors. To your parents, your family, your friends, and those who have helped you and guided you to get this far, thank you. And to our teachers and our staffs who have taught you and brought you this far through their dedication, we thank them as well. And now, by the powers vested in me in the state of Ohio and the city of Hamilton as the president of the Hamilton Board of Education, I am happy to accept this group of students eligible for graduation from the Hamilton High School. At this time, I declare the class of 2017 graduated.
Graduates, please be seated for the start of diploma presentation. Parents and guests of the graduates, it is very important that all students' names are heard. Please hold your applause until the end. We will begin with the top 20 in order of class rank. Mr. Shermer, please begin.
Not only do I have the privilege and honor of announcing this top 20, but I think it is very important to reiterate that this is an all-female top 20. Deanna McPeak. Erica Stabel. Chloe Cummins. Emily Bain. Megan Burtis. Peyton Hyde. Molly Snyder. Brittany Thomas. Taryn Lauer. Elise Hill. Megan Mills. Catherine Vieira. Angelica Robert. Julie Wirtz. Taylor Grable. Abigail Gentry. Hannah Breedlove. Sarah Hughes. Kendra Hatfield. Rebecca Larman. The top 20 of the Hamilton High School graduating class of 2017. You gotta get close. You gotta get close. We will now continue commencement.
Alvin Mante. Kelvin Mante. Taylor Lewis. Michaela Markham. Abigail Martin. Heidi Martin. Juan Martinez. Madison Martini. Jason Matthews. Marvell Matthews. Emily Mays. Jessica McCauley. Allison McClure. Matthew McCracken. Callie McKinney. Naya McMullen. Brooklyn McNamee. Anna McSwain. Ashley Meese. Kamaya Menifee.
Bailey Adams.
Tiffany Mitchell.
Peyton Adams.
Tina Mitchell.
Aaliyah Atkins.
Antonio Marino.
Michaela Akel.
Zachary Mary.
Jennifer Alba.
Jacob Metzler.
Courtney Allen.
Ashley Meyer.
Lexi Alvarez.
Trey Miles.
Andy Anderson.
Dalton Hartman.
William Austin Andrews.
Marissa Miller.
Luisha Anthony.
Matthew Miller.
Samantha Arbogast.
Michaela Miller.
Justice Arcee.
Samuel Miller.
Zamariah Artist.
Tyler Miller.
Kaylee Arvin.
Danny Miskell.
Kelly Askew.
Mara Mitchell.
Bailey Back.
Desiree Moore.
Skylar Bailey.
Elijah Moore.
Madison Baker.
Evan Moore.
Michael Baker.
Marie Morales.
Courtney Ball.
Alexander Moreno.
Rachel Ballinger.
Jonna Morris.
Trinity Barrett.
Peyton Morris.
Jordan Bell.
Shayla Morris.
Tyler Bell.
Jonathan Moses.
Gabriela Betancourt.
Olivia Mueller.
Michael Bishop.
Shiloh Monday.
Nicole Black.
Ashley Murphy.
Jayla Blaylark.
Colt Murphy.
Maria Bokiran.
Hannah Murphy.
Heather Boudinay.
Anthony Natiello.
Zaire Bowden. Zaire Bowens.
Feliz Natividad Garcia.
William Bowling.
Riley Natterman.
Connor Bowman.
Michelle Needham.
Anna Brecht.
Joseph Nesbitt.
Miranda Brock.
Braden Newman.
Abigail Brown.
Zachary Nichols.
Malik Brown.
Audrey Nolan.
Robert Brown.
Cheyenne Ogle.
Ronnie Bryant.
Guadalupe Oliva.
Lindsay Bussell.
Brianna Oliver.
Sydney Butler.
Nathaniel Oliver.
Leanna Butts.
Alex Oseguera Flores.
Kyle Campbell.
Caitlin Owens.
Alexis Carpenter.
Tyler Owens.
Elizabeth Carter.
Alyssa Pulowski.
Laura N. Carvajal.
Desiree Payne.
Lorena Carvajal.
Robert Payne.
Nancy Cassett.
Eris Peelman,
Jennifer Castillo,
Miguel Pena Bernal,
Olivia Cottle,
Daniela Pena Berenices,
Dorian Caver,
Jacob Pennington,
Haley Chapman,
Antonio Perez,
Alexis Chestnut,
Ingrid Perez,
Kayla Chestnut,
Claudia Perez Portillo,
Haley Childs,
Jonathan Perkins,
Brandon Clay,
Scott Perkinson,
Jasmine Clemens,
Aaron Perry,
Grace Collins,
Gracie Peters,
Alexis Combs,
Tyler Phelps,
Chelsea Kress,
Kayla Philpott,
Corinne Combs,
Cameron Pierce,
Abigail Connaughton,
Kira Pearson,
Benjamin Cook,
Madeline Pitcher,
Austin Cortez Lunsford,
Madison Poe,
Shauna Cox,
Christopher Polito,
Brianna Coy,
Michael Portillo Nieto,
Dory Coyle Hall,
Justin Prater,
James Crawford,
Arione Krenep,
Brianna Creech,
Douglas Proctor,
Juan Creer,
Tarek Puska,
Timothy Criswell,
Christopher Quinn,
Braxton Crouch,
Joaquin Ramirez,
Luis Angel Cruz Ruiz,
Leunas Ramirez Garcia,
Michael Cuevas,
Axel Ramirez Varela,
Wyatt Davidson,
Zachary Randall,
Haley Davis,
Kylie Ray,
Christian De Jesus Rivera,
William Johnson,
Logan Denholm,
Destiny Richards,
Tanner Dietz,
Zachary Richardson,
Brianna Eason,
Destiny Ripley,
Emily Ebbing,
Alexander Rivera,
Bryce Eisman,
Donovan Rodriguez,
Devin Eldridge,
Leonel Rodriguez Moreno,
Nicholas Engel,
Cameron Rogers,
Anthony Estrada,
James Rogers,
Carrie Ellis Estridge,
Esmeralda Padilla,
Timothy Evers,
Josue Romero,
Jacob Backey,
Haley Rose,
Dominic Falcone,
Jackie Rubio,
Isabel Falcone,
David Rubish,
Grant Fansler,
Reed Rule,
Chandler Farmer,
Michaela Ruhlman,
Zane Ferris,
Javen Runyon,
Jacob Feltz,
Bailey Rushi,
Haley Fields,
Alan Said,
Kylie Fields,
Yante Samples,
Abigail Finley,
Vince Sanford,
Austin Fisher,
Kaylin Sawyer,
Tiana Folson,
Holly Scott,
Cody France,
Maya Scott,
Cassidy Frink,
Brandon Sears,
Dylan Galetto,
Ezekiel Segar,
Jose Garcia Lopez,
Christopher Seiler,
Martha Garrison,
Andrew Sellers,
Brent Gearing,
Courtney Shepard,
Joseph Gibson,
Nicholas Simmer.
Wyatt Gibson.
Alicia Sizemore.
Isaiah Gilbert.
Kendra Sizemore.
Trinity Gilbert.
Taryn Skinner.
Connor Gleason.
Sadie Slavey.
Shannon Goforth.
Veronica Sloan.
Hannah Goins.
David Slusher.
Taylor Goins.
Savannah Stevens.
Yoko Gazy.
Nikea Smiley.
Enyer Gonzalez.
Rosa Smiley.
Karen Gonzalez.
Annie Smith.
Tyler Good.
Bailey Smith.
Brian Goolsby.
Jamaica Smith.
Anthony Grothwald.
Kaylee Soper.
Defon Griffin.
Daniel Stapleton.
Dakota Grissom.
Angel Stevens.
Courtney Grubb.
Jasmine Stevens.
Brooke Grinninger.
Thomas Snyder.
Eliana Gilliam Carrero.
Brienda Stewart.
Jose Gutierrez.
Jonathan Stewart.
Michaela Haddix.
Kylie Stitzel.
Austin Hamblin.
Aubrey Strunk.
Destiny Hamilton.
Shelby Suman.
Wendell Hamilton.
Nathan Sweetland.
Elijah Hampton.
Brooke Terry.
Julia Hannigan.
Rachel Thurkild.
Mackenzie Hans.
Anthony Thomas.
Jeremy Hartness.
Abby Thompson.
Allison Hassey.
Jillian Thomas.
Destiny Henry.
Casey Thrasher.
Raymond Hernandez.
Summer Threckle.
Alexis Hernandez Juarez.
Charles Tiki.
Caroline Herzog.
Donald Thompson.
Matthew Higginbotham.
Brittany Wagers.
Faith Higgins.
Mariah Tohan.
Ryan Higgins.
Scott Tolbert.
Allison Hill.
Sarah Tolley.
Dalton Hillsmeyer.
Alexander Treadway.
Elizabeth Helly.
Clayton Truitt.
Courtney Hooker.
Gates Turner.
Ethan Howard.
Madison Yule.
Miles Howard.
Christian Valentine.
Dylan Howe.
Jenna Vaughn.
Alicia Hubbard.
Emily Vaughn.
Brian Hubbard.
Emily Vaughn.
Dylan Hubbard.
Matthew Vaughn.
Bram Huber.
Wilmer Venegas Aguilar.
Allison Hudson.
Tia Vickers.
Annie Hudson.
Lily Vilchis.
Gordon Huntley.
Colin Wadman.
Daniel Ivers.
Abigail Wallen.
Eric Jackson.
Tori Waltz.
Tyreek James.
Thomas Warwick,
Nicholas Hasso,
Robert Watson,
Elijah Jane,
Brianna Webb,
Cameron Jenkins,
Kelsey Webster,
Jade Jenkins,
Cassandra Webster Garcia,
Dominic Johnson,
Megan Welch,
Kelsey Johnson,
Corey White,
Mason Johnson,
Bryce Williams,
Deshaun Jones,
Joyce Williams,
Dustin Jones,
Savannah Wilsey,
Hannah Jones,
Courtney Wilson,
Jacob Jones,
Carl Witt,
Caitlin Jones,
Christopher Whitty,
Kiesia Jones,
Allison Wolf,
Lucas Jones,
Logan Wallabeck,
Natalie Jones,
Christina Wright,
Cameron Jordan,
Hope Wysong,
Dale Jordan,
Dylan Young,
Mary Kaz,
Juan Young,
Brandon Kalama,
Matthew Young,
Kaylin Kalama,
Catherine Zeke,
Caleb Keene,
Jasmine Zellner,
Miranda Keith,
Abigail Gromas,
Gabrielle Kell,
Michaela Keith,
Ryan Kellum, Isaiah Keltner, Mindy Kendrick, Coda Kenny, Caitlin Kirschner, Danielle Ketman, Lily Kilgis, Tatiana Kincher Herrera, Caitlin Kirby, Chantel Kirkpatrick, Karan Kosh, Brennan Kinch, Ashley Lakes, Brian Lampkin, Jared Land, Alexandria Lander, Emily Lawrence, Brandon Lechuga Polito, Vanessa Corinne Lee, Peyton Lewis, Adriana Mapp, Lauren Lindsay, Alex Little, Angelica Little, Jade Little, Tyler Little, Maverick Lewis, Luis Macias, Armando Magallanes Ruiz, Bradley Maggart, Autumn Malali,
Wow. Once again, a round of applause for the class of 2017. At this time, please rise for the alma mater, led by Alvin Mante, Kelvin Mante, Katie Vieira, and Abby Thompson. And now, Molly Snyder, Student Council President, will deliver our closing. You can please be seated.
Before we leave today and go out into the real world, I want to share with you a phrase that my favorite fictional character, Mr. Keating, told his class in the movie Dead Poets Society, and that my elementary school principal, Mr. Buchheit, told us every day on morning announcements. Carpe diem. Carpe diem means to seize the day. Take each day and make it into whatever you want it to be. We are a class full of young adults ready to make change. We are the future, and we have the ability to turn it into something wonderful. Do not be afraid to audition for some role. Grab the stage and make it yours. Go into every interview knowing that you are the best possible candidate. Take a class about the history of chocolate, even if it has nothing to do with your major. Being in environmental science for 1 year turned into what I believe will be a lifelong passion. Make sure to take the time to find your passion, but most of all, do what you enjoy. Congratulations on graduating, everyone. Now go out there and change the world. Carpe diem.
Yeah. We ask that parents and guests remain in their seats through the recessional and then exit going up the aisle and out to the lobby. Students will be obtaining diplomas and then will be able to gather for pictures on the concourse or outside. Thank you.